all of my dollars on corporate, so hand me the money, I divvy the pie. I'ma give all of my people a portion to build them a fortune on flipping the ride. I can't be mixy when iffy the vibe, and 40 on 50 is really the time. Why is you all on my phone like you want me, like you wasn't pushing the kid to the side? I don't know if you bitches are thinking I'm blind. Cross on my crosses and dot on my eyes. Done with your efforts, I'm dealing with pressures. I know it's a lesson, that's what.
What's good? It's Chasing Bag D. Today we do another reaction video. We're gonna be reacting to the top 10 terrifying animals found in rivers. Now, if there's one thing about me, I don't like to swim. I don't even like going in swimming pools. Although I do know how to swim. I took swimming lessons. I know how to back float. Some of y'all don't. Y'all over here tripping. But hey, I don't mess with no rivers or oceans or none of that. Alright, so we just gonna get right into the video. Now, I don't know what y'all watching me for, bruh. I'm just ready on YouTube. Alright? Again. Let's go.
Just when you thought it was safe to swim in rivers, we give you yet 10 more reasons why you shouldn't. Terrifying animals aren't only confined in the vast ocean, like the guy on number 1 on this list, which can actually swim in both salt and fresh water. Find out what it is by staying tuned. Here are the top 10 terrifying animals found in rivers. Number 10. The alligator gar. The alligator gar is truly a monstrous freshwater fish. It is a truly ancient species that's as big as a shark, also with a fearsome reputation, that inhabits the river of the Mississippi River Valley. They can grow to nearly 7 feet long and weigh several hundred pounds. However, despite their sinister reputation, garfish are not the man-eaters they were once thought to be. For nearly half a century.
You're gonna take off your hand. Why put it in there, bro?
It's the river of the Mississippi River Valley. They can grow to nearly 7 feet long and weigh several hundred pounds. However, despite their sinister reputation, garfish are not the man-eaters they were once thought to be. For nearly half a century, alligator gars were considered trash fish, or a nuisance species that were detrimental to sport fisheries and therefore targeted for elimination by state and federal authorities in the United States. But the last 10 years has seen a greater emphasis placed on the importance of alligator gars and the ecosystems that they inhabit. As a result, they were afforded protection by restricted licensing. They are also protected under the Lacey Act, which makes it illegal to transport fish in interstate commerce when in violation of state law or regulation. Several state and federal resource agencies are monitoring populations in the wild and have initiated outreach programs to educate the public. Alligator gars are being cultured in ponds, pools, raceways, and tanks by federal hatcheries for mitigation stocking, by universities for research purposes, and in Mexico for consumption. Number 9. The green anaconda. Did you think that only fish swim in the rivers? Oh, how wrong you are. There is a creature that is leaps and bounds more terrifying than any fish in this list so far. It is huge, it has sharp teeth, and it can crush you like you were made of Play-Doh. Or plasticine for our European friends. Oh, and let's not forget, it can swallow you whole. I'm talking about none other.
See, bro, if I don't mess with animals. The only thing that I mess with, dogs. You know what? I don't know, bro. I just...
The green anaconda.
Some of y'all be
The green anaconda is a non-venomous constrictor found in the Brazilian Amazon and some other parts of South America. It is one of the most feared and revered species of the Amazon. They live in swamps, slow-moving streams, and marshes of the Amazon where they remain nearly completely submerged in the water, waiting to strike on the unsuspecting prey that comes to drink said water. Although the snakes are sluggish on land, they are sleek and stealthy in the water. Once they catch their prey within their lethal coil, the prey's last moments are near as the snake suffocates their prey to death. Although no evidence has yet been recorded, the green anacondas have often been labeled as man-eaters, with several unverified reports of humans being eaten by these giant snakes existing. Number 8. The Candiru. Terror doesn't have to come in large packages. Sometimes it's the smaller things that you should be watchful for. And when it comes to pint-sized terrors, no one tops the Candiru. The Candiru is a small parasitic catfish that has a tendency to find its way into, well, uncomfortable places in order to feed on an organism's blood. Sometimes these organisms are humans. With a burst of energy, they propel their way into an opening, and once they are in this opening, they get themselves lodged into place with a sharp, backward-pointing spines by their head. These spines extend into the host, lodging the Candiru firmly in place. From here, the fish happily feeds on the organism's blood. The problem is, this fish isn't very picky when choosing its openings. And how many natural openings do us humans have? We're a family channel, therefore I'm not describing this any further. Use your imagination.
He said he go up his pee-pee. He go up his pee-pee.
Number 7. The giant stingray.
Giant stingray.
Stingrays are inherently dangerous creatures. They get their name from the sharp, pointed, and often serrated barbs located at the base of their tails. They use this as a weapon for self-defense, but the problem is...
Story time. There was one time, this is probably like one of the only times where I actually went in the ocean. It was with my mom and my grandma, right? We was in Cozumel on a freaking cruise or whatever. And then we decided to go snorkeling, right? Hey. As soon as we put all the gear on and everything, my grandma was like, nope, I'm not doing it. She took everything off and stood on the beach. I wanted to do that too. I didn't want to go out there. My mom was like, no, you going. I was like, oh my God. So anyways, we over there snorkeling. Next thing you know, I over here see freaking, I thought it was a stingray. It was just floating at the top of the water. It was swimming. And then I looked at the lifeguard that was with us. I was like, hey, bro, we need to go. We need to go. We need to go. But he was like, nah, it's just a eagle ray. They won't mess with you. Okay, I still want to leave. My fault. My fault.
This barb is often venomous. Unfortunately, most of these poisons are fatal to us humans. Now, these stingrays are often only the size of a dinner plate. Honestly, imagine how scary if one the size of a car hood swims directly at you. The giant freshwater stingray may be the world's largest freshwater fish. It's also cloaked in mystery. No one is sure how many giant stingrays are left, which habitats they prefer, or even if they ever venture into the ocean, where their more commonly known relatives live. A major reason why scientists know so little about giant freshwater rays is because they hide at the bottom of the river. They're not considered a good food fish in Southeast Asia, so they're rarely targeted by fishers. Although they occasionally get caught in nets. If hooked, the car-sized stingrays can put up a ferocious fight, and there are reports of boats dragged around for hours on the river by hooked rays and even pulled underwater. Number 6.
Hey,
The Pacu. If nightmare fuel is what you wanted, then this one is for you. Just imagine you had an aquarium with this fish inside it, maliciously grinning at you. Pacus are a large family of freshwater fish related to the piranha. However, while some species of pacu do look like piranhas, they are actually herbivores and an extremely peaceful species of fish. One of the primary differences between the two is that the piranha's teeth are triangular and razor sharp, and the pacu's teeth are more square-shaped and human-like, which to me makes them absolutely terrifying to look at. These fish make amazing pets. In fact, pacus are also known to develop personalities as they grow older and can sometimes recognize their owners. Their fascinating behaviors make them a popular choice among aquaria enthusiasts. But don't think you can just rush out to any pet store and buy one of these guys. They can get so big they tend to become a handful. An adult pacu can be over 30 inches long and will need to be kept in a pond or an enormous tank. Number 5. The Gooch catfish. The Gooch catfish is one of the largest catfish in the world. Also called the giant devil catfish, and there is a reason for that. It lives in India, Nepal, and other East Asian, and Southeast Asian countries. The world record specimen was 6.6 feet long and weighed 230 pounds, and it has long, sharp teeth which it uses to inflict damage on its prey. It's very likely that a large...
That's the reason why I don't go in rivers, bro. I don't go in rivers, bro.
Gooch could take down a person. In fact, in the foothills of the Himalayas, this river monster is said to be responsible for quite a number of disappearances in the area. Why are they called the giant devil catfish? Well, here's the reasons why. They are reportedly massively strong enough to handle a 12-foot long prop, if the stories are to be believed. Their body and tail is very muscular, thick, and powerful, and a swipe of the tail can do some serious damage. Their mouth has many conical teeth that extend below the gum line, and their bite is a clamping, non-release one. Those who have held a big goonch will also have had an indication of their strength. You want to try your fishing prowess against one of these monsters?
Nope.
Go ahead.
Nope.
But don't blame me if something bad happens to you. Number 4. The snakehead. This extremely aggressive fish is native to China, southern Siberia, and North Korea. They aren't particularly terrifying in the places where they're native to. In fact, they're its fish and occasionally raised for food, but to us and the rest of the world, they are absolute terrors. No, they don't attack humans in mass numbers. The problems they cause is much more significant. Those problems are in the United States, where the invasive species has caused environmental problems.
Like what?
During all
Like what?
life stages, snakeheads compete with native species for food and habitat. As juveniles, they eat zooplankton, insect larvae, and small crustaceans, as well as young other fishes. As adults, they become voracious predators, feeding on other fishes, crustaceans, frogs, small reptiles, and sometimes birds and small mammals. Should snakeheads become established in North American ecosystems, their predatory behavior could drastically disrupt food webs and ecological conditions, thus forever changing native aquatic systems by modifying the array of native species.
Why do people keep
And
them
for these
pets,
reasons,
bro?
drastic measures are often called upon to eradicate this species from a given location, which often includes poisoning the waterways. Number 3. The Goliath tigerfish. The Goliath tigerfish definitely lives up to its moniker. Indigenous to the Congo River Basin, the Lualaba River, Lake Upemba, and Lake Tanganyika in Africa, it is the largest member of the tigerfish clan, a group of fierce predators with protruding dagger-like teeth. The biggest one on record was nearly 5 feet long and weighed 154 pounds, the equivalent of a super welterweight prizefighter. Locals say that it's the only fish that doesn't fear the crocodile and that it actually eats smaller ones. It's also been known to attack humans in rare instances. It's so lightning quick and forceful that not only will it snap an angler's line, but it will sometimes make off with his or her tackle. Their fearsome reputation is such that some fishing safari promoters require clients to read a cautionary treatise on the Goliath before agreeing to a fishing trip. Now it's time for the day's best pick.
Yes, sir.
In today's pick, we have a creature that, although in folklore has no relations to vampires whatsoever, certainly looks like one, as you'll see. Find out what's next with number 2. The Payara. The Payara is one of the strangest fish that you'll find in South America. Not only does it have a mysterious reputation due to a lack of research on the species, but it also has an unforgettable appearance that includes 2 gigantic fangs, giving rise to other names such as vampire fish and Dracula fish. They make their home in the Amazon basin of South America, where it prefers clear, fast-moving waters with lots of currents. You'll often find it in churning rivers and the bottoms of waterfalls. They have a fearsome reputation, and the wild Payaras are ferocious hunters that are constantly on the prowl for their next meal, and they don't let anything get in the way of dinner time. They've been known to chase off medium and large-sized fish that they don't want to eat just so the water will be clear for the fish they do want to consume. They've also been known to hunt down and eat another freshwater predator.
Hold on. What
They've
they
also
say?
been kept in aquariums as where it prefers clear, fast-moving waters with lots of currents.
Listen.
You'll often find it in churning rivers and the bottoms of waterfalls. They have a fearsome reputation, and the wild Payaras are ferocious hunters that are constantly on the prowl for their next meal, and they don't let anything get in the way of dinner time. They've been known to chase off medium and large-sized fish that they don't want to eat just so the water will be clear for the fish they do want to consume. They've also been known to hunt down and eat another freshwater predator, the piranha. They've also been kept in aquariums as pets, where they lose most of their aggressive nature. However, they should be kept alone in the tank as they still have a tendency to eat all of its roommates. Before we move on, do me a favor. My analytics show that only about 15% of you watching are actually subscribed. Come on guys, what's up with that? Can you guys please hit the subscribe button? You guys watch my videos every day anyway, so you might as well subscribe and keep up to date with every video we put out.
Yes, sir.
Number 1. The African bull shark. There is an advantage in swimming in fresh water rather than in salt water. That is, you don't gotta deal with sharks. Or do you? Sharks are highly adaptable, especially this guy occupying the top spot. It evolved to swim where humans swim, making them one of the 3 shark species who are responsible for the most attacks on humans. Bull sharks inhabit quite shallow waters, which means that they do have a great opportunity to interact with humans, because the two species tend to share the same areas. What's worse is that bull sharks are only one of the few animals who have the gall to attack other creatures the same size, or even bigger than themselves. Again, bad news for humans. Despite their healthy appetite and aggressive reputation, the animals can be rather docile in some environments. In the clear waters of the Bahamas, for example, divers regularly interact with crowds of bull sharks. Though the predators may come in close proximity to humans, statistics suggest that swimmers, surfers, and divers have little to fear from bull sharks. Did we make you fear swimming in rivers again? Let us know in the comment section down below.
I am not messing with no shark. You'll never see me swimming with a shark. It got me messed up all the way. Man, y'all let me know what y'all think about the video. Y'all let me know what y'all think about the reaction.
Problems, I feel like I'm